Good morning. For the issues, comments, and analysis, this na Kutubu Kuruma. They welcome all me listeners and followers to the year 2018. We God say, as the new year don't come, He go usher in peace, quiet, and above all, success for a great mission. Hold on, set yourself for accomplish that now for usher in a change for the better. Uh, I want also thank me listeners and me followers and supporters them for the wonderful comments them we they don't give me since I started this program. So I don't enjoy everything. People they don't tell me how much they don't learn from this. But in fairness, also, I get for share the credit with the one them where they behind me, where they help also. And the foremost person in this endeavor, now Alpha Mahmoud Williams, we they do me research properly and they make sure say everything we I put out, it represent the fact, it they look at the subject matter, you see if it's relevant, to the issues then, and then he make the research, he come up with the proper answers backed by hardcore evidence. Let God bless this Maria. Of course, they have the limelight not to invoice in the air, me voice in the air. But for everything where somebody they do, you must get somebody in your life where he will act, as you anchor. And Mr. Williams actually done tremendously, play this way, acting as me anchor and making sure say things they work very well. What thing I also do now for remind me listeners them for saying this election where they come is very important. It's very important in the sense the decisions they will get for make now Ingo make we dig we safe for Musa APC don't put for this past 10 years now, or we remain there. That are the choice that we'll get. If we make informed decisions, we elect Dr. Yunkala when in come for carry out with message, the message of transformation. I think so we'll be on a better path. But if we allow APC for hoodwink we into deception, into false promises, last minute promises them, cajoling us, bribing us, just for let them get elected, then we will soon stand at the same predicament again. And we're not going to get nobody for blame, Pastor Wissoff will blame. Therefore, the issues them that this election are the bread and butter issues. The voters now get for ask themselves a fundamental question as to whether they better off these 10 years under the leadership of Ernest Bai Koroma, where of course a mafia, rule. A rule where not just in and a family and the friends them, not them they enjoy, whilst the majority of the citizens they suffer. If we want to continue on this path, then we can elect them to Samuel Kamara. We don't say they want in third term, obviously. And you don't do everything possible for get in third term. What you do, you go around the laws. You go around the constitution, we limit people them to 2 terms them. So what he do, he makes sure say in the life leader na APC. He makes himself the life leader there. And then he puts somewhere forward. But then here is even what is so scary about it. The president, the would-be president, God forbid, assuming someone a president, but God forbid, he not go take that small team what he get when they make the major national decisions them, we get an effect on the lives of the citizens. We see what he do to Samsumana. He just use APC in laws them. And we don't want to be governed by APC laws them. We want to be governed by the Constitution of the Republic of Salion. Meaning that we get steps there where they take. One man no will just do things no more like that. We constitution clearly provide for a divided government. You get a legislative branch, whether the parliament, whether they in charge of the supreme laws them. We get, of course, the executive, whether they carry out the day-to-day management of the country, the affairs of the country on a day-to-day basis. And they'll get the judiciary, whether their own job for make sure say the laws are all complied, with. So the only way for help in this situation is if we able elect Dr. Yum Keller, because he seems to be very committed to the rule of law. But with Ernest Bai Koroma, who can get that the loss of APC and in one year go there in charge, and this is not good for the country. Now backwardness now go see. There will be no accountability, no go no nobody, because in effect now Ingo don't become the society itself, and this now we actually try for avoid. So therefore, it's very, very crucial that regardless of what in do for bribe the citizens them, for like I say, cajole them, talk them, hoodwink them into deception, do you let them not vote for APC? When we vote for APC this time, what should they talk about? We talk about there will no more schools then? We they talk say we not go get even something as basic as clean water, we not go get for drink. We go live in a very filthy environment. We see even the capital city, how it filthy, how it very unsanitary, how it totally lacking in human endurance. No human being not able to endure that kind of state where the capital city. Nobody not able. We don't know how people survive that day. So electing Ernest Bai Koroma to Samoa means to the return to the status quo, and we don't want this. So therefore, let we continue for argue this election either the make or break. Under Ernest Bai Koroma, we don't see violations of laws after violations of laws after violation. No way, not the way anybody will be able to address them, simply because the institutions them all wait for help, play their own role for promote, a progress. All don't get crumbled, all the other in palm. Like again, I always continue for argue the case. The predicament in which we find ourselves, not to foresee actually Ernest Koroma force anybody. What he do, like he said, don't correct the talk say, he said the Salion man now a very corrupt, person. All you need for do you bribe and normal, you go do what you want to do. And this exactly time he don't do for this 10 years, so he don't get away with this. We get a parliament which only exists in name. Only exists in name. Now the parliament that we'll get. The parliament actually don't fail the people them. As for the judiciary, we don't for even talk. The judiciary then are the bastion for the constitutional liberties of the citizens, but they also don't fail the citizens. The press, when are their job for inform and educate the citizens, they also don't be part of the Ernest Bai Koroma in mafia. They don't report anything. When they do attempt for report, now praise singing and they involved in. Praise the man, even on the face of failures, colossal failures in the praise singer. So we want to get ourselves out of this predicament. We want to get ourselves out of a situation where one man in charge, one man alone, now in the decide for everybody in the country. We want to get ourselves out of this predicament. The only way we'll get now, the only option we'll get for get ourselves out of this situation also, now for make sure, say at the very least we elect Dr. Yum Keller, because we believe, strongly say, Dr. Yum Keller now a man we believe in the supremacy of the rule of law. In fact, he don't even demonstrate them when when it's time for president and vice president for chooser, he can't go to the committee. He can't go. It was an involvement of the party people then. He makes sure say the rank and file were involved. They approve, even though if he for take up himself for just present Mr. Andrew Kelly as the president, just tell them say, hey, now I'm vice president. But what he do? He left from also to the people. They were part of the process. This is exactly the type of governance what they look for. A government of where a consultation will take place. One leader, no, we just don't know more. He make decisions that we get, far-reaching effect on the lives of the citizens. So maybe people again, like we say, this election, and we find that chances for get ourselves out of a situation where one man now get the answer to all these problems of the country. But we'll look, the answers are not correct. The answers are not correct now behind the curve. So when I will come actually now for begin present the issues, and this I will just say like, I welcome, me followers them and me supporters them and waiting they don't do the encouragement with them. But in particular, Alpha Mahmoud Williams for the hard work he don't do, the research they do for me, making sure that all my facts are correct. Because in this episode here, so in this kind of a line, hold on, final step, you cannot afford not forget the story correct. Once you not get the story correct, you dey talk about credibility that your credibility don't go, and you cannot afford for mortgage your credibility at the altar of expediency or just because you want put out things together. The things that we get for put out, they get for be very factual. They get for be very factual. People they get for rely on her and trust her. And for do that, you get for get independent, thinking minded people there. People that were very strategic in their thinking. And me, I cannot thank Mr. more than having a man like this when a very strategic thinker, where they actually look at issues that from in Genesis down to the Revelation. So, like I said, just a brief introduction for welcome in 2018, and for let we continue now with added vigor, gusto, and dynamism. For make sure by God in power, the election this year, a month or two from now, it reflect the legitimate aspirations of which you want. So until then, this is Kutubu Kuruma, we just say I can welcome all of you until now. Boku thank you, and hope say we will continue what we don't start. So we all go benefit from we will learn, and at the end we will get the result we want. Until then, you guys have a very pleasant good morning.